some chicken. So, ladies, we got a lot going on today. So you all earn more tickets, and everybody gets more tickets throughout the afternoon, and then I'm going to give away some Princess House prizes at the end of the party. Okay? So what we're going to do really quick, if you could introduce yourself, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit, too. I have another child that came along from Jamaica. I didn't adopt her. I actually conceived her over there on a Princess House trip. My son likes to tell her that she was found over there, but she's 16 now, and she's also Kathy's one of her clients. So that's my 16-year-old Lauren, and my Jamaican girl, and then my sons are now 24 and 26. Get out of here. Yeah, so they grew up with Princess House. So anyway, what we're going to do now, ladies, now that you know how I know Kathy all through my life, and Princess House is not the Princess House you grew up with. The Princess House has definitely evolved. We used to be really pretty. You guys remember we were pretty and you could put us in your carry-on, and when your kids were bad, then you could make them dust it. Or you had, like when I came over Kathy's house a couple weeks ago, she showed me all her wine glasses and her stems. Does anyone have Princess House pets? Do you own any Princess House animals?
No. I don't know.
Yes, yeah, that was a big part. Everybody knew, like, Princess House pets. They were really popular, and they didn't go to the bathroom or anything. You just had to dust them.
The best kind of pets to have.
And we even went to the Wild Kingdom. We had every animal, but if you were extinct, we owned you. And yeah, you had a bear too. And so a lot of times people see that. Now, who grew up with a Princess House ashtray that you could flip over and it was a dove?
Turtle dove.
Yeah. And people were so proud of that. Now you don't have an ashtray, you can't talk about that. But back in the 70s, it was popular that you had to have a Princess House ashtray, and then if you were really bold, you had a Princess House cigarette lighter. My mom. Yeah. For the bold folks, they had cigarette lighters.
We had the ashtray.
That's when you really like, I don't care what you think about my house, right? But now you got to go outside. Okay? So Princess House, actually every room of your home, I can actually put some product. And those of you who are making different food choices, I have so many great things to share with you. So what we're going to do really quick is everyone's going to introduce themselves, and don't tell any embarrassing stories, just like a real quick, like how you know Kathy. And tell me something on my table, say, Tasha, either what the heck is that, or if you could just pick it up and take it home and put it in your bag and just going out the door, okay? So,
No.
we didn't understand that. Your name? You guys didn't even sip a lot. I'm a fast talker. If you can hang with Kathy talking, you can hang with me. I was like, I've met somebody that talks faster than me. But you're going to tell us your name, how you know Kathy, and one item. All of this product besides the centerpiece is mine. So all of this or anything on my table that either caught your eye or like, Tasha, what is that? Or if you want to just take it home and don't worry about the price tag that's on anything, you're just going to take it with you today. Okay? You guys with me?
Yes.
Okay. So you can go first.
Oh, thank you. So, Kathy's introduced me to everyone as Niche. My name is actually Demetricus.
What would you like us to call you?
Demetricus.
I heard you over there talking anything, and I'm like, well, what is
No.
Demetricus?
No, Metris.
Metris?
I mean, that's certain people have different nicknames for me. That's the one that they picked for me.
Okay.
How do I know Kathy? We go back long. I mean, way before we were born. Her dad used to date my mother's oldest sister when they were he liked her when they were in elementary school. My mother ended up meeting her mother and aunts because they went to high school together. But Kathy and I have personally known each other since I was 5 and she was 4.
Wow.
Yeah. And what can I take home with me?
Or you're like, Tasha, what is it?
Maybe the tea thing.
The teapot? Okay, do we have any tea drinkers today? Does anyone drink tea?
Yeah.
A lot of people have really beautiful tea kettles on their stovetop, and they use that, and you boil your water and you pour it over your tea bag. Or you have your fancy machines now that you can just dispense your tea right in your kitchen, right? But my teapot is actually for brewing your tea right on the stovetop. So you're going to put 4 cups of water. You're going to put your tea bags or your tea leaves in your cup, and you're going to put your infuser right in your pot. You're going to put this directly on the heat of your stove. So you can use it on a gas or electric, just not a glass top, but you can cook right on your stove. Once your water boils and your tea blends, you're gonna put your infuser in your infuser holder, and then you serve your guests your pot of tea. Now, we'll say, now how many of you've gone to someone's home and they just fried chicken or fish and you can smell it up the walkway? You can pass that around for me, right? So what you want to do, ladies, if you're going to fry or even cook with foods that have a lot of garlic or spices in them, you're going to take your teapot and put some fresh, either lemons or green apples are really good, and put a little vanilla or cinnamon in it, and let that simmer while you're frying. Because a lot of people get caught on the smell, but oil is really dangerous. It goes into the paint of your homes. If you have artwork or anything, it actually travels. So if you cook your tea while you make your potpourri while you're frying, it'll absorb those oils from traveling, okay? And if you burn like a hot dog or burn in the microwave or popcorn or something, that's a really good way too to kill the fragrance. Instead of spraying, actually make your own fragrances, okay? And Rhonda will go your way.
Okay, I'm Rhonda. I know Kathy from Bowie, and we're business partners now.
And Ronnie, can you tell a piece of it that caught your eye or you're wondering what it is?
That's
I can't believe you
something
could put
that
that
looks like
on.
his ears.
I would be afraid of it.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so cute. Okay. This is actually, this is a double spoon rest. And the ears are actually the handles to your utensils. So how many people have utensils in their kitchen, like Kathy has hers there with like that are in a can or something fancy, or you have them in your drawer? And then if you have some that are plastic, what happens when plastic gets hot? Thank you. Melts, right? So if you have those utensils at home and then you have to peel the little layer of, and then what if you're cooking on it and you go to make your eggs and you forget to make your peel? So then you're like, oh, did I pepper my eggs? No, it's just part of the spatula that you cooked into the eggs. So ours are actually silicone. So they can take the heat up to 475 degrees. And they're ergonomically correct because you never want a handle on your spatula or your pots that's straight. You want a little bit of lift in it. And this is actually the double spoon rest. So if you had a buffet or friends out, so say like she's serving some chicken or whatever, you don't have to let your utensils rest in your pan or on the counter. And it's pretty enough to go out on your table. And the plate is oven safe. So if you have the oven on, like this is on your stove top, the heat can go through it. If it has any drippings, you can just put it in the dishwasher. Okay, so that's the ears that you saw. Okay.
Hi, I'm Lisa Sweeney. I know Kathy from Boeing. We're co-workers. And I didn't have a chance to actually look at this table, but this caught my eye because I went to like Chris's house one time and I saw that and I really liked that. These are big glasses. So that caught those.
Okay.
Catching my eye.
We actually, now our traditional pattern that's been around for 53 years is the cut that you saw in the teapot. But a lot of the versatility of our products is that we can attract not just the woman in the house, but actually the man in the house. So we made a new cut that doesn't have a flower, it's a straight leaf, and it's called, but the funny thing is called Princess Moderna, but it's a more modern cut of the Princess House, so you can use it every day. And this is the cut that Lisa chose. It actually comes with a full dinnerware collection, because the square dinner plates are actually what's in now. And if you like to sip a little, which I know that some of you do, we also have the wine glasses, also in this same cut. But this is your water, your iced tea, so you can do your complete beautiful table setting with your dinnerware and with your glasses as well. Okay. Hi. Hi.
It's my turn?
Yes.
I'm Sherelle. I met Kathy at Dominguez, Pi Alpha Alpha. And
Do you work for the city?
I work for the city of Long
Long
Beach.
Beach. Okay, you came to our class and spoke or something.
Yes, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, that's how I knew your face.
And the thing that caught my eye is this big pot right here.
Ah,
Because
okay.
you know I need a big gumbo pot.
In 2005, Ladies Princess House introduced our cookware line because if we sold any more pets, we were all going to die. There was no more, there wasn't another animal we could create. So Princess House stepped out And we started our stainless steel cookware line, and a lot of people were like, you know what, you guys are Crystal Company, you're the Crystal Lady, and how are you going to sell me a pot? And actually, our pots are amazing. I only use Princess House cookware in my home, and I tell people all the time, even if I didn't sell it, it would be all I use. And also, the only thing I have in my house that's not Princess House in cookware is my cast iron. And we just came out with a cast iron skillet. So Princess House covered it all for me. It's actually an 11-inch version of this cute little cast iron skillet. And the reason I carry the small one is because I just want you to feel the weight. Right. And that's 6 inches. So imagine a deep 11-inch. And imagine having a lid on your cast iron skillet. My grandmother had every size cast iron. You could do a fish fry. You could go all the way down from a 6-inch to like an 18-inch skillet.
Okay.
But ours have lids. That will help. So when you're frying, it's really smart cooking and it's safe for your family. So I'm going to go back to the cookware because it's a bigger part of my demo. So I'll come back to that. Thank you, Sherelle. Hi.
Hello. My name is Jamie, and Kathy and I work together at Boeing. And I was going to say this gumbo pot, but you covered that. So what's that other pot back there?
This one?
Yeah.
It's a match to that.
Is there one in between sizes?
Yeah, we have lots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We actually, we go from a half quart to a 50. So depending on your family size and your cooking needs, we got you covered. So this is actually a duplicate of that pot, but it's a different dish. A lot of people ask me, Lisa was asking me actually before the show about my business, and a lot of people ask me how you sold consistently for 22 years. I've never quit selling Princess House, and this is how I've always taken care of my children with my Princess House business. And the reason is because the Princess House deals and the product always changing and evolving. Because some people say, well, you could have sold makeup, and when my lipstick runs out, I was like, do you see that I don't have a lip makeup? I'm doing good to put this on, right? And so the reason that I love my product too is that not just the versatility of it, it's also beautiful because you can buy cookware. You guys can go to Wolfgang Puck, you can go to Macy's, but my pots, this beautiful mirror polish, can you guys see yourself in the pot? It's gonna look like that in 10 years. Okay?
You don't have to polish it?
No. No. Well, you can see my pots have been in my kitchen, and I use the same pots since 2005, and you can still see your face when you come here.
All right.
Okay. Hi.
My name is Yvonne. Kathy, you doing? I have a question on your green thing.
Oh, okay. The big one?
Yes.
This one? Okay, cool. Now, how many of you do a lot of like fresh vegetables, or you buy organic vegetables, or your fruit? Okay. Now, when you bring them home from the market, you always want to make sure you wash them right away. My family will not eat them if they're not washed. If they think that you didn't wash them, I don't know, somebody has to wash them before they will. But if you take them from the grocery store, you probably are going to lose them in a couple days, right? Well, this is actually a produce keeper, and it's going to add at least 5 days to your vegetables. But the first thing you want to do, so we'll say we're going to do some cabbage, right? So your head is a little bigger, so what you want to do is expand it so you can fit the whole head of cabbage in here, and then you want to wash your fruits really thoroughly. So what you want to do is pop the bottom off, and it's actually a colander, so you can wash your fruit inside of the container.
Oh, okay.
And it also comes with the directions on the side, so we'll look in English, because it's already pre-printed, and it comes with a veggie keeper. So it'll tell you if you have broccoli, if you need to moisturize it, or if you need to vent it, and you'll just move your vent across. And if you have less, and then after you wash it, just pop your base back on. And your family, and this is really great for organizing your fridge too, as well as giving you the extra days of storage. And it's already prepped. So if you like to cook with a lot of healthy fruit and vegetables, all your stuff is organized and is clean and ready to go. We have this in different sizes, and we also sell it in a set. So it goes from 2, 4, and 6. This is a 6 quart, which is your largest. But again, if you buy, I always tell people you can buy the big one and go down, because if you want to reduce it to a smaller size, you can just use it this way. Okay, but this is really popular now too, because a lot of people are trying to make better food choices. And the bad part is you don't want to run to the grocery store. If you have a full-time career or family, or your grandma, you don't want to live in the market so you can eat healthy. But you can do a good week with your fruit and vegetables. vegetables, and just go to the grocery store and buy your fruit and veggies once a week. Okay? Great item. I'll give you a ticket for that one.
Okay.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, my name is Maisha. I work with Kathy, and I've been looking at those purple towel.
Oh yeah, microfiber.
Yeah.
That's really good. We actually have a whole collection, like my sponges and everything in my kitchen, and our drying mats. Because Princess House was blue. Do you guys remember we were blue like forever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we've always had a Caucasian male over the company, a CEO, and we got a woman a couple years ago, and so she went to some color. I'm like, that's all we needed. Yeah, so now the purple is our signature. So this is like our new logo. And I know you guys are wondering why I'm wearing these hot leggings today, because a big part of my business, besides the things that I give away, is the reason I started selling Princess House. Do you guys remember what I told you the reason I started? Yeah, my boys were 2 and 4, and they went to Tender Care. You guys know Tender Care in Inglewood? It's like a really expensive little school. And how about now it's free, but back then it wasn't. And so, and my oldest son is a crybaby. And the only school he wouldn't cry at was the one that was $900. And I was like, he still got the problem today. Not the crying part, but the expensive taste. Yeah, he got it honest. And the funny thing, so every school, we tried every school from here to South Bay, went to Inglewood, Carson, nothing worked but Tender Care. And so I'm like, how am I gonna do this? And so Princess House, I said I was gonna sell for 6 months to see, and then I won my first trip, and I went to the Grand Wailea. And I took my mom and my ex-husband, because my mother was the one, I watch the boys, I'll give you 6 hours a week for you, you can go do 2 parties, or however you fix it. So I learned to do 4 parties, because I would get 2 people to book at once. And so once I got smart with it. And so my first year in 1994, I made like $13,000 working 6 hours a week, like part-time. And when I won my trip to the Grand Wailea, I didn't take my ex-husband, I took my mother. And so, that was smart. But anyway, so I've been on 18 trips. And so we're working, actually, the funny thing is Maui was my first trip, and it's the trip for now. So we're going to the Hyatt Resort in Maui. And so every year I get to travel for free with Princess House. So I've been to Monte Carlo. My new husband, I have a new husband. So I took him on our honeymoon. We went to France for free with Princess House. So, and now this is so cool. All our trips have been in March, and that's our wedding anniversary. So they knew. So like 5 years ago, like, how'd they fix that just for me? But it's really cool. So not just the product and my family, but I get the perk of traveling. So that's why I'm wearing my legs. So it's my motivation. So if you're on a diet and then you don't tell anybody and you eat some cake, nobody could judge you, right? So that's what I do. I talk about my trips. So if anyone wants to go with me, like Noelia, that wants to go with me, they can go, and then I'll keep it honest that I'm working on a travel trip. Okay. So I'm just sharing that with you guys on the sidebar. So we have a whole collection of kitchen things too with that pattern. I'll show you the catalog.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Purnell. I also work with Kathy at Boeing.
Okay.
I had my
The cake. Oh,
because
okay.
it's so tall.
Yeah, and you know what? It's so cool. It's way more than a cake. I was gonna put my mom's cake in here today, but she made a bigger cake. And so, but also, Rhonda, you can flip this over, and you got some punch going on right there. And then if you have a beautiful dining room table, like a big long one, you can take and put your dome down and put some fresh flowers underneath it. And then you can burn some candles or do some goodies on top. Or if you have like croissants or you're doing a breakfast party or whatever, so you could do it either way. Now what's really attractive right now is the price, but the price is not, this is not in the catalog either. You can't buy this, no matter how pretty you are or nice you are. It's only for hostesses. Okay. Don't smack your lips.
The dome is really tall though.
Yeah, it is. And so you can do it. What my favorite cake, I have no business, is German chocolate. And German chocolate always comes, a real one, in 3 layers. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Wendy, and I know Kathy through Sherelle.
Did you get invited, or Sherelle brought you?
No, Kathy by me.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
And the red was catching my eye.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, these are my favorite dishes. Stick it to me. Okay. Now, a lot of people have like really nice dishes in their kitchen, like, and then you have that everyday set, And then you have the set that you really don't really want people to touch, especially the people you live with. So, my mom has her wrapped in saran wrap. Those are for us not to touch. Yeah, she wraps her dishes in saran. I learned that from her. Those are the ones. And then you have to clean them when guests come because they're already ready. That's what she told me. I know she did that so we wouldn't touch them. But anyway, these are my everyday dishes. But the reason that I love them so much, and I'm going to give you a ticket because I forgot your name. Wendy. Wendy, okay. Wendy, these are so cool because you can actually, now these are pretty. Red berry is popping. Red is actually a kitchen color now because you'll notice, like if you shop for granite, a lot of granite has a little bit of red in the texture. And then there's a whole section in the store of red small appliances, right? But these are cooking plates. And my daughter, God bless her soul, she loves bread. That's like one of her favorite, but thank God she knows how to run. And so she will cook a whole can of Graham biscuits right on her plate.
Oh, wow.
So, and at my house, I do not use cookie sheets. The only reason I have a cookie sheet is to catch the drippings when I make peach cobbler. But if I make biscuits or like we have cinnamon rolls for our breakfast meeting, I make them on my berry platter. So what's good is that before my guests come, I don't have to run around and try to clean up and people think you have the perfect house. I cook on what I serve. So, or like my husband, he loves chicken. He can eat chicken probably like 4 or 5 days a week. And I'm like, what you want for dinner? Yardbird. But you know, me and my kids are like enough of that, right? So I could actually bake his chicken on the plate and put his potato and his veggies and he could eat off the same plate. And then for portion control, my daughter and I actually use these. So, right, Noelia, when you come to my house, this is all you get. Because actually dinner plates are 11 to 12 inches now. You guys realize that's a lot of food? A dinner plate used to be 8 inches when I started selling Princess House. Now the standard plate is 11 inches. And when we go to a restaurant, our mindset is I want all my food, I want it filled, and you better make that plate look good, right? And so that's what happens. They increase the size of the dinner plate. So I actually use mine as a charger. But these are actually good for, and they're stoneware, so they can go in the oven up to 400 degrees. So you know how if you put nachos in the microwave and then you leave it a second too long and the cheese draws? Yeah. Right, you can make your nachos in the oven.
Oh, cool.
Nice and crispy, right? So we use these every day. And this is really great. And the color's great and most popular and important, they're dishwasher safe.
Do they come in other colors?
Not anymore. We had it in natural and then we had, I call it the Brady Bunch colors. It used to be that green with the orange, you know that. Yeah, but the red kind of took over, but we did have natural. And a reason too, I think, that they took out the natural because the red doesn't, stoneware over time creates spider webs. You guys notice like if you have old coffee mugs or whatever and you heat, that creates spider webs, but on the berry you'll never see the spider webs. So it makes your dishes prettier longer, which is important. Okay? And so Wendy, I owe you tickets. I won't forget your name the rest of the day.
Okay.
Hi.
My name is Michelle, and I know Captain Sherelle.
Okay.
She's the hostess with the mostest and so forth.
Okay.
Which
And the one that I'm in the business picture.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. This is actually on sale today too. Now, how many of you also try to like do cleanses and like do a little, you know, clean the insides out every now and then? Or if you do a really good sangria, this is your picture, okay? So when you want to do a cleanse, you're going to put like your basil or your cucumbers, but actually watermelon is the best cleanse for your body. You know, remember sometimes you eat a lot of watermelon, you are desperate, right? But you actually can put your watermelon in the base of your infuser and put your distilled water or tea and let that sit overnight and you will have a nice cleanse the next day, okay? And when you're not cleansing, you can do your sangria and put your fruits right in there, or you have a beautiful 96-ounce pitcher, okay? And of course, it's gonna match. We got to match, right, girls? So you got your tumblers, and then this is on sale today, and the glasses are on sale too. So you have a nice, beautiful set today. And it's called an infusion pitcher. Those are really popular, like Pier 1 and Bed Bath & Beyond. But they're acrylic. Ours is actually crystal. So you can do, you have the beauty of the pitcher. So theirs does the same. Ours is just prettier. Okay?
That's me, sorry. That's me doing that with my phone. I'm making note, I'm typing in my phone and my stereo's on, so it's
okay. Now ladies, I can tell you a little secret. How many of you have any Fantasia products? Fantasia is about 40 years old. Fantasia has been around a long time. I'll come back and get you guys with some tickets. But Fantasia was another product that people only use November to maybe January, you could have your Fantasia out, but if you had it, it was almost like wearing white, you know, you could only use. But people, also, Fantasia didn't like fat. So if you had any foods that were fatty or oily, it would crack your food. Yeah, like if you put your plates. So Princess House redid the whole line, and then we also had bakeware. But the worst thing is when you bake something and then you got to put ugly foil on your pan after, or if you make brownies or cornbread and you got to cover it with ugly foil. So we actually redid our entire Fantasia collection, and we made it every day. Now this dish, does anyone own this?
Yes.
Yeah, this was one of our first Fantasia pieces that actually had a lid on it.
Yeah.
Now this piece is so cool because we remade it, so if you have the old one, your green lid doesn't fit on it, you gotta buy a new one now. So I smile when I say
That's just
So how many of you make good potato salad? Okay. Oh, a lot of you. Okay, cool. So what you want to do with your lid, you want to put ice chips in your lid and set your potato salad down and keep it chilled so you don't kill anybody. Okay. Or if you made some hot bubbling mac and cheese, you could use your lid as a trivet. If you made some chili beans or something juicy, you can put your lid to protect your tabletop. If you made the little ham or some barbecue chicken, you can flip your dish and then use your lid and slice and serve out of.
Okay.
And if you like bacon, my husband is the coffee master, but all he can make you is a cup of coffee. And now he's progressed at 62, he can make bacon. But he makes it in here. So we just use our lid so it doesn't make a mess in the microwave or splatter. And so you can put your lid on top. And then also, a really great thing is you can take an 8-ounce block of cream cheese, ladies, and ice in your lid with the cream cheese. And put a can of chili with 2 cups of grated cheese and put it in the microwave for 6 minutes and put your tortillas in the base and have a little margarita. We have a little girl's margarita glass. Yeah, this is 22 ounces of margarita. So you make your fiesta dip with your margarita. No refills. This is really a lot of liquor. Okay? So that's me to judge who doesn't drink, but you drink.
That's a lot of liquor. I want to let you know.
22 ounces. So you have your fiesta and your dip with your drink, right? But if you have some leftovers, you're going to put your handy dandy lid on. And you can also put your Fantasia in the freezer now. Okay? And then those of you that have a really busy life, what we're going to make today, and I promise you this is our 11th year, going on 12. This year will be 12 years, I think. We're actually going to cook some chicken in here. Ready, guys? We're going to make it in the microwave. Okay? So we got a whole raw chicken, so just glance really quick that we didn't get it from Costco or Albertsons. It's raw. And we're going to season it with Miracle Chicken seasonings. You guys know we sell seasonings. Right?
Okay.
Yes. And the miracle is that it's going to brown like you roasted it, and it's going to be tender and juicy. We're going to cook it breast up in the microwave. And normally your breast is the part like you better eat it fast. Ours is so tender and juicy, you don't even have to cut it with a knife around it. You can take a fork and shred your chicken.
All right.
Now my daughter's the Miracle Chicken master, but she likes hers with lemon. So she takes the lemon and cleans the chicken out, and then she puts the lemon inside of the cavity of the chicken and seasons it. Now anybody in your family that knows their numbers from 1 to 10 can cook dinner. Because this is also my rice cooker. I do not make rice on the stove top. Now imagine Rhonda having this pot full of gumbo, right? With your crab legs, your big jumbo shrimp, your Louisiana sausage, and there's no rice. See, my rice was a cross of the fingers. It was either sticky, it was either crunchy, it didn't come out the pot at all. Okay? You'd be looking like, and then you kind of like don't want to really mix that with a good $100 pot of gumbo because you're going to be mad, right? Yeah. So, right, 17 for my family. My daughter doesn't eat gumbo, and neither is one of my sons. So gumbo for 3. Yeah, it's just 3 of us in my house. And so you can make your rice in here as well. So you put 4 cups of liquid, 2 cups of rice, 17 minutes in the microwave, and you have a perfect pot of rice. You cannot, and it's long grain Mahama rice. No success, no rice in a bag. So what we're going to do?
She went way
So Kathy's going to take the dish. Kathy's going to take the dish, and she's going to put a little bit of grapeseed oil, and she's going to season it heavily with the Miracle Chicken blend. And she's gonna put it in the microwave with the glass lid on it for 33 minutes. Okay?
All right, Kathy, don't fuck up.
All the rest of the
I was thinking the same thing. And actually, ladies, too, we have a whole website of recipes. So if you need recipes for drinks, if you need recipes for breakfast casseroles, if you want appetizers, if you go to princesshouse.com/recipes, you can pull up recipes for any time of the day if you're cooking.
Is that one on there you're talking about, the dip with the cream cheese?
Yes.
Okay.
That's on there, and I made like a shrimp dish in there. I do my sliders. I do fresh pork chops with lemon, with pineapple on top, and I bake them in there. Also, I use it. I use that. It helped me a lot to get my husband because he's a sweet eater, and I didn't know how to do a lot of that stuff. And so, normally I would make it and put it in a pretty dish, and I could fool you. But you can also use that to make your dump cake in. So it comes out a perfect dump cake. And if you use it with peaches, somebody real tired might think they're getting some coffee. Okay. Okay. So, thank you. Oh, you got stuff. Okay. 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 Now, one thing you never ever want to do with your cookware, ladies, and I know a lot of people have been guilty of this over time because we used to do it when we were kids, and you put your leftovers away and you put your pot in the fridge. Mm-hmm.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we did when we were kids. Like if it was this much, we didn't know better. My mom worked graveyard. Well, a lot of people still do it. They don't realize the chemicals, and when it gets cold, especially if you put some hot food to the fridge with the chemical setting. So Princess House, we actually created our own storage line. And so some people use plastics to put their leftovers, and there's Ziploc, there's Rubbermaid, there's all different brands out there. But say, Rhonda, you made some lasagna, and you put your lasagna in your plastic storage container, and then tomorrow you make waffles. That container is a nice shade of pink. And then when they age, they develop this nice little powder on the inside, and then you put that hot chicken noodle soup. And then when your soup gets hot and it chills, you think that's a layer of the soup on top. It's really just the plastics have moved from when you put that heat in there. So we actually make storage containers, but they're not just for storing. You could actually put ours in the oven. Okay? So if you batch cook or you want to do a lot of cooking ahead of time, you can put your storage container in, and they nestle. A lot of people tell me, Natasha, I like my plastics. I have a lid drawer. Does anyone have a lid drawer? Yeah. And but ours nestle, so you can actually take your 6 out of your 11, but you can bake and you can batch cook. So you can do little mac and cheese, you can do enchiladas, and you can freeze this dish. You can freeze your dish, and you can put it in the oven to cook. You can microwave it, and you can take it to work. Okay? Those retired ladies, you can also, if you're a Costco girl or Sam's Club and you buy a lot in bulk, what I do with all my rounds, I break down portions, okay? Because you never want to eat out of a bag, even with snacks, and you use your round sizes for portion control, because we go from a 1 cup all the way to a 4 quart. So like our big 4 quart mixing bowl, you can put it in your oven and bake your mac and cheese in your leftover container. You can bake it in the oven, take it out, and it's pretty enough. Because if you saw that on the table, Lisa, you wouldn't think that that was your storage container, right?
Right.
Or if you did like a taco bar, you can put your salsa, your sour cream, everything out, and then when the guests leave, you can just put your lid. Or when you're prepping for your cooking, you can do the same and have everything portioned already. Okay? And so the regular conventional oven, and you can cook in it. And it doesn't, it's non-stick and it doesn't stain. So if Rhonda made lasagna in here, tomorrow she can wash it and put her pancake mix, and she will not have any remnants of old lasagna or cheese burned in it. And if you burn these, my son he burned some scalloped potatoes, and I walked by the trash can and I saw something glaring. He had threw the whole container in the trash. And I was like, who did this? He said, Mom, we could go in the garage and get another one. I said, boy, you don't own nothing there. That's question number 1. And then number 2, you could peel that out. He's like, oh, I heard you say, yeah. So he just took, and I sat there and made him, you could peel. So if you burn in this, protects the cooking girls and the children. So you can just peel it out and stick it in the dishwasher. dishwasher. And all you want to do is make sure though, when you clean them, I always pop my lids so no bacteria or food sets in there, and then you just put in the dishwasher on your top level, and then when you're done, just pop them back. Okay? So you have your storage container. Kathy, can I have 3 ice cubes? Kathy, can I have 3 ice cubes?
3 ice cubes. Got it.
Okay, ladies, I have a question for you. How many of you have either seen pitiful pots, or you may own one somewhere deep in the back of your cabinet, or you've been to someone's house and they have pitiful pots?
Beautiful pots.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a quick commercial, really quick commercial of a pitiful pot. Now, the pitiful pot is when the bottom of your pan is so brown and bronzed, you don't know what size. And the funny thing is, people don't call their pots. You don't tell your kids, oh, give mama the 6-inch skillet. You say, get my egg pan, get my spaghetti pot. You call it by
It has a name.
Like everybody at my parties, you got a gumbo pot?
Right.
No, it's a 22-quart trial pot. Who says that, right? So, but when your pots are pitiful, you couldn't even guess what it is right at the bottom. And then another really popular pitiful pot is when the handle comes off and then you turn it this way and you make it a casserole dish, and it really used to be a skillet. I'm like, dude. And then it has the holes in here, so you got to make sure your food don't go down. Now, I go in about 200 to 250 houses a year. So trust me that I've seen it all, right? Or the inside of the pan looks like a cat was scratching in it. Yeah. And then you swear, like, I'm not gonna cook in that anymore. I'm gonna buy another one. I promise. Okay? And then some are so warped on the bottom that they don't sit straight on the stovetop. Now the reason that people's pots are bronze is because they turn the fire so high. And really you're cooking your pot and not cooking the food. That's what you're doing. You're bronzing your pot with the heat. And then if you spill a little oil or something drips on your eyelet and you keep cooking, you're just cooking it into your pan. So the reason that I asked for the ice is because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, and remember I told you ladies that my pots still look like that at home? So I'm going to put the ice cubes. Hi! I'm going to put the ice cubes just in the center of my pan, right? But I'm not going to let them move. So just like the cold is the heat. So if you heat just the center of your pan, every part of your Princess House pan will get heat on it. You don't need to turn the fire up. You don't need to do a backyard barbecue. It's not that type of pan. So once you heat the center, you're good to go. So if you cook bacon or you cook hamburger patties, hi!
Hello.
You put the you can cook your hamburger patties, and every patty, you don't have to keep moving your food around and tossing it and turning the fire up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass my pan, and I want you to touch just the base, the center of it. And when my pan gets over there, probably to Lisa, or where Stacy's standing, the whole bottom of the pan's going to be frozen. But I'm not letting the ice move from the center, okay? So the reason that my pans are out on display and they're not my display pans that I sell is because we do use them every day, but I've taught my family how to just heat the center. Fill the bottom, Rhonda, just in the center. Okay? And another reason that people have pitiful pots is because they don't use the right cooking tools. Okay? So remember that spatula with the peeling at the top? Okay? And when that gets sharp, it actually, when you peel so many times, it gets sharp at the top. When you get home, if you feel the top part of your spatulas and your utensils, they're sharp from the plastic from heating and it hardens. So if you use the right tools, and that pan is 10 inches, if you cooked in my 12-inch or my 13-inch or my 6-inch, you still use the same amount of heat. You don't have to turn your pans up higher. And all of my pots, every pot I sell comes with a lid. So if you like to match in Pretty Girls, you can also have a beautiful lid, and they're oven safe. So you can put your lid in the oven. Okay? So now, ladies, if you feel the bottom, the whole bottom is cold. Feel underneath it. It's cold when it goes. Yeah. Oh, your legs coming off. Oh, my legs? Okay. I'm still going to Hawaii. Lay or no lay? Okay. So, did you guys notice this big piece right here? Oh! Gotcha. Okay. So imagine if you want to barbecue. Oh, we have 2 new guests come. Hi, I was talking about you yesterday. Swear to God. Swear. I was telling somebody how Michael, when he was in 3rd grade, he only liked his teacher and none of the friends in his class.
I know. And I can come to his birthday party.
This is actually a barbecue grill. So you can actually grill in your kitchen, in your pajamas, however you do it. You can do it in your kitchen. And if you're living fat-free, ladies, now remember I told you the 10-inch, the same thing. So if you cooked like 10 strips of bacon or a big carne asada or prime rib, you're still only going to heat this disc because our pans are 1810 stainless steel. Another reason people's pots get pitiful is because that 10% is nickel. Nickel's very expensive. It's like gold on the market, but that makes your pots rust and tarnish. And the reason the handle goes is because they're not riveted into the pot. They're just attached. And so it's easier to, but the best part too is my pots have a lifetime guarantee. So if your handle comes off, we'll give you a whole new pot for free. Okay? Now with a grill, if you cook something fatty, it has the drain wells. So the drain wells will separate the fat and oils from your food. Now, any bacon eaters?
Yes.
Okay. Now you notice when you go out to breakfast, your bacon is always perfectly long and straight, and it doesn't shrink, right? The reason is because the chef uses a press on the bacon. And so it's cooking straight. So you have your little press right here at home. Now the press that you buy from a cooking show or a food store, they're actually made of metal or stainless steel. So if you're cooking, Lisa, you can't see, like I like my meat well done. I don't want nothing on my plate. So you can see if it's cooking to your liking, and with the drain wells, the fat and oils are separated and my meat's cooking on top. Have you ever made hamburgers in a skillet, in a flat skillet? Right. And then as you cook them, they're just sitting there in the oil and the fat, then you gotta take them out and put them in the paper towel. According to my brother, they're the best if you just take them out and put them on the bread and the bread absorb it and not a paper towel. But with here, you're not food. And if you are making good food choices as well, you can do your asparagus or your salmon and bake right on your grill. And it's not gonna stick. You definitely do not want to use any oil or pans. Do you notice like on your bake where it's browning and you clean it really good? It's the oils and the sprays, the oils from the pan is actually burning your cookware. But if you have healthy cookware, so actually if we went in the kitchen right now and made some eggs or pancakes, you don't put any pan or oil or butter in your pan.
It's the press. The press is the heavy stuff.
How many of you like to eat quesadillas?
That's why it's heavy.
I have a square one.
Okay. Now, normally when you make your quesadilla, you put your tortilla in the pan and then you put your cheese on and you watch it melt. Or if you're impatient, you just put it in the microwave. But with my pan, you're going to put the cheese directly in your skillet. So your cheese is going to melt in your pan and you can pour it over your tortilla. And it's not going to stick. So you can live totally fat-free, ladies, by choice with our cookware. Now this big 22 quart, and this is what we call tri-ply. Tri-ply is the most expensive stainless steel because it heats all the way up the side of the pot. So you're not just heating the center of your food. Yes. A lot of people use these in grill for steaks. Yeah.
Would have a party.
Okay, so really quick, ladies.
Oh, I know.
What size is this pan?
6 inches.
Little.
Another question we answered.
It was about Fantasia.
Yeah, from the plantation.
Keep me honest.
Thank you, ma'am.
Got a whole set of fantastic.
Thank you.
You don't even have to ask.
I know, that's fine.
Right. China, y'all have.
But remember I told you that our Fantasia used to crack? We actually changed the Fantasia and used to dinner plates. And we have a deal today where you can get a 16-piece starter set of your dinner right now. A starter set is a dinner serving for 4. You get 4 dinner plates, 4 luncheon plates, 4 soup and cereal, and 4 of your cafe mugs for $39.95.
That sounds like one
I don't even need that, but I want to buy it.
I got you guys.
I don't even need it.
We like sale.
Okay.
Clearance sale.
So now the deal, ladies, is I do have product that I don't sell here, right there.
In
And
the garage.
I mean, the garage literally is
You got your
top, bottom, all
all
the way
righty.
to the
Okay.
That's why I just call them like, I mean,
We actually
okay, I'll go back to garage.
have our Dutch oven. Now, when you have cast iron at home, it's black. Everybody's cast iron is black, right? Our cast iron is that beautiful enamel red. So you can have pretty, and every piece of our cast iron also has this beautiful lid on it. So this is actually a Dutch oven. Most Dutch ovens actually stain in the inside. Ours actually has a stain-resistant coating. You can also put this outside on the barbecue grill. Any piece of this pattern, okay? You guys notice those pretty stickers that I have on some of my products? Now the dish that Kathy's making the chicken in, that is for sale. It's in my catalog, but it's our most popular piece of Fantasia, so every month it's always on sale to a hostess. And for Kathy having her party today, she's going to get that dish for $17.95 for having the miracle chicken dish.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's why she booked a party, really. And it's a chicken. It's a chicken. Okay.
another one. That chicken smelling pretty good.
Yeah, that's not the That's not a one-hander.
Ready?
Okay. So ladies, I have a lot of deals to share with you today.
I said, what time was it?
I know.
So a couple of deals that I have to share with you today. The first deal is my cake plate that converts to a punch bowl. So when you do a Princess House demo, you can have your cake plate for $19.95. And again, it fits a 3-layer cake. And you also have a punch bowl. Okay? So you can do cake or punch. And the miracle chicken dish, how much is it when you have a party?
$17.95.
Pay attention to detail. It's like, my job affects every last one of y'all in here. Detail.
So you got your miracle chicken dish,
Whoever
and
knows
then
how to sell
also
California gas, then they got
you can try your first piece of stainless steel. Now my cookware I sell individually. There's a couple pieces on sale today. I have pieces on sale every month, but I also have deals for my hostess. So you can try your first piece of tri-ply. Now remember, what did I tell you different about tri-ply than other?
It heats all the way up.
but also that it's a mirror shot.
All of my pots have the beautiful. I'm so sorry. Okay. But it also has the pouring lip. So say if you make some Alfredo sauce and you go to pour your Alfredo over your pasta or your dish, it has the pouring lip so it doesn't drip back down the side of your pan. Okay? And it's amazingly beautiful in the inside as well. Okay? So you can try your first piece for just a mini Princess House party. You can have this pot for $39.95. Okay?
How much is the whole set?
For tri-ply? Okay, I have 3 sets. I have healthy cooking, which is totally fat-free cookware. That one's $2.99 a set. And the most expensive one is $4.69, which is the tri-ply. But again, you could have a party and get this one for $39.95. Okay, so we're going to switch. Now that's just a small party with just a few friends. Now when you have a premium party, you get a deal. At a premium party, you can take your 16-piece starter set for $39.95, and 16 pieces is for dinner, for lunch, and for soup and cereal, and for mugs. Or you can take that beautiful pot that I just shared, and then if you're a super woman, you can have your super pot for $79.95. This is a pot.
That's a gumbo
So
pot.
you can get,
That's a gumbo pot.
this is tri-ply again, and I won't pass it, it's very heavy. This pot is not in the catalog, ladies, and neither is that pot. And neither is the cake plate. So all the deals that I have in the house party, they're not available in the catalog. Okay?
Oh, girl,
And ladies, you can also do what we call a Nutty Buddy party. Like when Stacy did a party for me a few years ago, she did a party of Nutty Buddy, and her best friend, they did the party together. They did it at Stacy's house, and they just shared the food. But they each invite their own friends and their own family members. So Stacy got her set of host, so she doesn't have to take the lid, and her friend took the bottom. That would be real ugly, right? So you actually will each get your own hostess specials. And I do have a red hot date left where you can get my cute little skillet 6 inches absolutely free. This is not in the catalog either.
So cute.
It's just cute. Okay? It is cute. I don't sell my teapot either.
What? Oh, that's not for sale?
No.
It's a whole
Remember I told you guys, when people ask me, how are you going to stay in the business so long? Because Princess House allows me to give away these really great deals.
And people keep coming back.
Right. Okay. And our cookware, ladies, I'm going to tell you, our cookware, Stacy uses our cookware as well, and it's amazing. And the cleanup is great. And that's why when I ask a lot of people why they don't cook, a lot of people don't cook during the week. I'm good. But I actually cook, like this morning, I cooked 4 meals before I came here. And yeah.
That was like, it was like 3 in the morning.
I mean, but that's like my norm, but it's easier. Like before I kind of faked it, but now like I really know how to make stuff. Like they didn't come out of a box. And that's why when we used to come out with our big pots, I asked my mom one time, I was like, how many boxes of Zatarans do you think? She said, girl, don't tell people that. That's how I would look at it, but now I really can cook, really. I can make jambalaya from scratch. I can, but it's come with my cookware too, because when you have good cookware, it makes it an easier cook. And again, the cleanup is, and I can stick my pots in the dishwasher. I have my lids ready, racks to go. And the coolest part is our lids now. When I used to be mad, I'd be cooking, I'd say, get my, and then you'd be sitting there trying which lid fits because they're all Princess House cuts. Our lids actually now have the size. So if you, and your pots are pretty, you're gonna know the size of the bottom of them because it's still gonna tell you. When you look at your skillet that's 5 years old, it's still gonna tell you it's 8 inches.
20 years.
Yeah, so your stuff is gonna keep. And the side of the pan is going to tell you this is your 8 inch. It tells you right there. See?
Oh, okay.
Am I telling the story? Right.
No, I
So it says 10-inch skillet, so you can look and you don't have to keep doing a test to see which skillet is going to fit. We also have layaway on our cookware because Princess House wants everyone to live healthy. And a big part of it, you can go and buy the high-end groceries and some organic foods, and you come home and put in those pitiful pots, you might as well go to Superior, right? So it's the same it's the same idea. If you're gonna make good food choices, it starts with your cutlery and your cookware. Okay? And then some people tell me, Taysha, I don't cook. And then I get them, well, who's your maid? Who does your... Because you got to eat. We all not playing, right? Everybody eats. You consume something. But if you have good cookware, again, it makes your life easier. Okay? And if you like to sip, we got you there too. Okay? Now, remember can somebody, like one person, tell us like 5 things that you can make with your miracle chicken dish?
Rice, chicken, you can make soups with it. You can put it on your cooktop, so you can put, vegetables or whatever. You can steam in it if you like. And the chili dip thing with the sour cream, with the cream cheese and all that.
Okay. Okay. But everything you can do with that, ladies, you can do with it. So you can bake, like your pot pies or cobblers, you can bake in the oven, and you can put this silicone little top on there, and it's going to keep it sealed. Okay? And you can freeze this too, so no freezer burn, no. Did you? I'm trying to figure out about the rails. I'm trying to figure out where are they? Yeah. And I delivered. And if you're having a backyard party, can you hold that for me? No fruit, no fries, or no friends will get in your margarita outside too. So they're great for your soup mugs, but you can fit them on any beautiful stand or glass you have at home too. Like my mom likes to steam her tea, and then you can put your lid on it. So this is you can buy those individually. That's what Stacy said. She bought those from me before. But if you want to use your mug as a cooking piece, say you don't want to cook a whole chicken, you can do your chicken breast or your chicken parts. Or you can make your pot pie and get your cobbler. But again, you can freeze, cook, store. Everything you can do with that dish, you can do with this, and you just need your little lid. Okay? Got it. So these are really cool. Now the deal,
Just that size.
we have a Big Mama one. It's like this big because we also have some pasta bowls that you could cook in your oven in, and you could freeze, and it comes with a lid too. We have a lot of good stuff. You ladies, you're going to be so shocked when you really get to go through my catalog because it's not the Princess House from before. And so now the deals that I have today, my cake plate, my big pot, my other pots over there. If you want to give Princess House a try, I bring my own table, my goodies. You serve a light refreshment. That's not really light, but like light refreshment. But some people know, like Kathy told me this was a reunion and she was happy to see her friends and you know a little get together. And she said she knew you guys was expecting a little something to sip on. So that's the criteria. And so, but you entertain to your flavor. But even like the chicken or we do desserts, I have a lot of really great recipes and we can actually cook at your party. So we can do your party right at the kitchen counter. And so you were asking me about the recipes. And there's a like a chicken recipe that I make. We can do some chicken breast in the skillet and put some pineapple, fresh pineapple on it, and I cook it in the skillet with the pineapple. So we can do different things at your party. It doesn't have to be just me standing here talking to your friends and trying to stay awake. You know, we can actually interact and do different things at your party. If you like to sip, I do carry, not liquor in my car, but I carry the stems. So if you want to have a wine and cheese party, I carry 8 of these in my car. If your friends are margarita girls, my little margarita glass, I carry these in my car as well. So if you want to do a margarita party, and what's really great, when your friends sit and sip out of this wine glass, they're going to be so soothed and relaxed, they're going to buy a lot from your party. Okay? It's not the liquor, it's the feel of the crystal on your lips. It's actually very relaxing to your body. So if you want to do a wine and cheese or margarita, okay?
That's a new design etched on the glass.
Yes, yeah, no, this is new. Because our traditional one, Rhonda, is this cut. This is the Princess House from 1963. This is the new cut. Exactly. We didn't take it far off, but we did it for every day because a lot of people are like, well, my husband doesn't want all that flowers. Yeah. So it's just like cut. Yeah. But this is red wine, which was the most common. More people drinking red now, but we do have white and we have beer. We have all whatever you sip on. We got you. Okay. Now, if you do a Nutty Buddy party, again, you do your party together the same night at the same time, but you don't share your gifts. Okay? And what happens every 3 parties that Kathy books today, she gets a $200 bonus for me for free. Not money, but product. Okay? So I'm going to pass the dates around. Ladies, if you would, please at least look at them. Don't stick them under your thigh. Drop them on your neighbor's lap while she's not looking. I'm a mother. I can see like in different directions, and I'm not cockeyed. So I just need you to look at my dates and pick a date that's good for you. And again, I bring my table, my goodies. And just for letting me come to your house, you get anything you want for 50% off. Just for letting me come in. And what happens, if you like some things or if you like my cookware, you do get free product also. Still washed it. Sorry. And anyone that takes a card and your friend takes one with you, you get 20 extra tickets in the drawing too today. Okay? And then I owe a couple people some tickets on this side. I owe Stacy some. Lisa, did I owe you some?
Yes. Oh, here you go. Yeah, give me those, because there's more. You can have them.
Now, ladies, you guys smell the chicken?
I tell you what, I'm fascinated by it.
And the best part, ladies, it actually really does brown, and it's going to be so tender, juicy, but the smell. We sell other seasonings besides the Miracle Chicken, but the Miracle chicken is the most popular one. But you can use it on other like shrimp or pastas, or if you saute your vegetables. Another one I really like is the garlic, the savory garlic and herb. And I use that on cream cheese and sour cream to make dips and spreads as well. Okay? Now Kathy has lots of goodies on sale today. If you see anything you like on the outside of the flyer, you're going to have to revisit my special day cards and book a party. The items inside of the flyer is everything she has on sale today. So if you buy anything in the book at regular price, it doesn't matter what the value, you get 2 items on sale. So remember I told you my picture's on sale and the glasses to match. So all of this product is on sale today. And again, if you like anything on this side, just let me know and I'll come and talk to you about what we can have at party. Okay?
Hey, Kathy. Oh, is there another girl?
You mean Kathy?
I need a margarita in my life.
Kathy?
I need a margarita in my life.
A margarita in your life? Gotcha. This makes so much sense.